What's going on, guys? My name is Alan and welcome back. Today we have here City Skylines. It's actually been 30 episodes already from the how can I say it? The European Town series, which makes me really happy because it's been a long time. If you my friend now that we are actually doing these episodes. And just look at this. This is a massive area for the office zones, as you can see. This is really huge. So today we are actually doing a special, the 1 hour episode, because we are celebrating the 30 episodes today. And I also want to finish the major upgrades today. I mean, we still have a lot of stuff to do in our city, so we need to watch out for that and try to make our best to actually finish this on this episode. So we can actually try to finish this up. I mean, in the next video we can actually start this brand new without having any kind of problems. So let me delete this stuff all around over here. Let's also delete this guy, just like that. Let's keep going all the way to the end over here. We can also delete that, this one. Let me go all the way to the end over here, just like that. Now we can actually delete this guy. Wait, I've missed this one. To take a lot of times actually just to delete the old roads so we can actually start building new stuff. But as you can see, we actually don't have any demand whatsoever, and our income is actually one of the worst that I ever seen on City Skylines. Hopefully, not hopefully, but thank God, unlimited money right now, at least for to the end of these major upgrades. Then we can actually try to go back to the normal levels. At least that's what I want. I'm probably going to delete the subways as well. Yeah, let's do it. In the future we can actually go and do it for real, you know? Wait a second. Let me delete this. Alright, like that. And the last one. Alright. So this guy is actually complaining for not having water. Yeah, you don't have. Let's go all the way to this side and then give him water. Just like that. Yeah, we actually don't have any demand. We can't expand anything because we don't have anything to do it. So I'm guessing to actually I'm going to put some metro station down. As we don't have, let me then delete. Let's also delete, yeah, that line, just like that. Now we can actually delete the tracks. Let's go all the way. You're probably going to need to delete a lot of stuff actually. Wait, like that. And to be honest with you, this wasn't actually the best design for our subway, because you can see there's a lot of curves and stuff, which is not great. I mean, it's not extremely bad or something, but it could be better, I might say. It could be a lot better. Yeah. You're probably going to need to redo this, but for now, I'm actually going to delete this guy. Oops. Deleted the wrong thing. Let me connect that back. Just like that. Let me get back to the subway tracks. Alright. Like that. Now we can actually go all the way down to this side. Which we are probably not going to need this metro station anymore. We could potentially delete this guy. Yeah, it's actually not a good place. Yep, let's delete it. Because we don't need it anymore. Let's keep going, because we still have a lot of tracks to do it. Confirm demolition. Like that. We actually need... Alright. The line deleted. Okay, over here, there, here. This is going to be like a brand new start for our city. Like a second chance to do it right, because the first time that we actually messed up pretty damn badly. I want to also advise you, if you want to build a city, make sure to prepare it since the beginning for the futures of the city. Like, make the roads a little bit bigger, give space so we can actually upgrade in the future. Because if you don't, you need to actually do what I'm doing right now, which is not cool at all. Seriously, it's really, really bad. I I don't even like doing it. You probably noticed that I was trying to fix what I've done wrong, but it wasn't possible. I needed to do it, these major upgrades, changing everything, because if I didn't do, seriously, it would take like 100 years, and I still would have a lot of problems, because we needed to change too much stuff. Wait. Alright, I don't know why it closed. Okay, I think this is actually the end. Yes, it is. Okay. Now we can actually start putting down the metro station on this side, which is pretty damn cool. Let's put this right over here. And then we can actually put another one. It's low too steep. Okay, right over there. Then we can actually put another one on this side. Another one over here. Then put another one over there. Then another one over here. And the last one we can actually place this right over here. Right now we don't actually need, I'm not going to actually connect this to over here, up here, because I'm actually planning to delete that as well. And you probably guys are like, why are you doing this? This is not good. Yeah, I'm actually over this. I'm actually want to delete this whole thing. Seriously, it's been a long time having a lot of trouble building this. So I actually don't want to, I want to start it fresh, you know? So now let's connect all of this stuff. Let me change this to curved real quick. So from here, let's connect all the way. What? It closed once again. I don't know what is going on. Right over here, and then here we can actually connect this right over there. And then from here, let's connect this over here. Yeah, I'm going to do like a main road. I mean, a main track, which is going to go in the biggest area. I mean, the roads and stuff. And then we can actually go and do on the smaller areas. Wait a second. Yeah, right over there. Not going to work. Not as easy as I thought it would be. Over here. Over there. Then now we can actually go up. Just like that. And now we can actually connect this to the first one, which is right over here. Okay. Okay. Huh. I didn't expect that to happen. Can you actually connect this somewhere? Yes, we can. Right over there. So we are going to need to do a little bit different than I was expecting. We are going to need to connect this right over there instead of going on the main area. So let's create the line real quick. Over here, the first stop, second stop, third stop, fourth stop. Let's keep going all the way to the end. Then we can actually put a stop right over there and complete the line just like that. And now let's do the neighborhood side. And then after we can actually connect this to the main metro tracks. Okay, let's go all the way to this side, and then we can actually do the curve to connect this back right over there. So from here though we actually don't have anything over there. Let me put another metro station somewhere over here then. Let's see where is the best area. I think over here, maybe? Yeah, I don't see a problem by placing this right over there. So let's can we actually connect this back? Yes, we can. Okay. Now let's go underneath and connect this back right over here. I think I'm going to sneeze. Okay. Let's see, where do we need to connect this back? Right over there. Okay. We can actually connect this over here, and then from here right up here we can actually go and connect this right over there once again, just like that. Oh, maybe we can actually change this. Yeah, I know why. Because you want them to actually come and connect this to the main line, you know. So let's do it. Let's start this from let's see. Let's start this from here. Let's go all around this neighborhood. Right over there, here, here. I think this is actually the last one. Yeah. And now we can actually complete the line right over there. So this should also increase the lane value by a lot. As you can see, it's already increasing, which is pretty damn cool. Okay, they're complaining for not having power on this side. It's because we don't have power already. I mean, not already, but into now. We actually need some power on this side too. What if we put this one? This should work, right? I think it should. Yeah, it should cover this whole area over there, which is pretty damn cool. Let's put this one right over here, I guess. Also to help us to protect this whole area over here. Because as you can see, it's really, really red right now, which is not good at all, I might say. It's still really, really red, which is actually not great for us. This can be a problem in the future. Or could we potentially put this to make this a little bit better? Maybe over here. And another one, let's see, on this side. Like that. Yeah, let's put this right over there. So this should make this area a little bit more safer for our citizens. Let's also put another one over there, which should help us increase this whole area over here. Our income is actually getting a little bit better, as you can see. Yeah, it's all safe right now, which is actually pretty damn good. What else could we potentially put around here? Cinema, department store, the Gurkling. This eccentric skyscraper is a hub for financial business and has a very nice restaurant for 360-degree view at the top. Okay, this is cool. Let's put a hypermarket because we actually need it in our neighborhood so people can actually survive. I don't know if it actually works. This is a hypermarket, so it should give us to our citizens some place to buy their goods, to survive the weekend. They should get power, or at least that's what I think so. So let's put a park down. So this should give them power. Yeah, it did. It did give them power, which is really, really good. What else could we potentially put down over here to make this area a little bit nicer? I mean, it's already nice, but to make this even better. Mall, post mall, 200. Mall of moderation. This mall is not so posh, but it has a lot of small, cheap shops. The requirement for building a medical center. Yeah, let's put this one down. I guess this one it's actually right over there. Our citizens actually increasing, as you can see. We reached 18,000, which is not really good, but at least it's actually increasing right now. Not too much, but it is, which makes me really, really happy. This building is abandoned, so let's delete it. How is the traffic doing? Just fine, as you can see. There's no problem happening towards this area, which is pretty damn good. Let me also increase the budget for these things over here, because as you can see, then we actually don't have a lot of cars, and also deforestation should prevent us from having any kind of problems with fire and the bodies not being picked up. Now we actually have more cars available for them to actually use and to start picking up the bodies on this side. They should collect this really, really soon. At least that's what I think so. Okay, as you can see, there is actually a lot of people moving in, which makes me really happy. We could potentially, yeah, let's start bulldozing this roads right over here because we need it to free up the space and take off all of the stuff that we actually don't need right now because we actually have a lot of this parts over here in our city. I mean, it's actually this may become like a city. Maybe it's not a town anymore because it's getting bigger. Um, and I think this should be enough to actually for us to be able to call this a city, not a town anymore. So let's bulldoze these buildings over here because these decrease the land value all the way to this side. There's actually a lot of abandoned buildings over here, which is not good. Which is not good at all. And there's actually a lot of abandoned buildings as well. Okay, the rest is doing just fine, as you can see. And also over here we actually have some abandoned buildings. Yeah, almost all of them are abandoned. Okay. Just like that. Let me just see if it did. Yeah, it did not affect the power on that side. But it took out the power from that side. Okay, let me give them back. Alright, just like that. So this should give power back to the whole city. Yeah, because this whole area over here was without any power because of that stuff that we actually deleted. Okay, let's keep deleting this path then. Something that I actually noticed just now, I was wondering, there is actually no rain on this game. It doesn't rain. Yeah, I've actually never stopped to think about that. We actually don't have any sort of rain over here. So I don't really know how the citizens actually survive. I know that they have like a huge ocean, but there's still no rain, you know? How they can actually survive with water. And also the water pumps are actually sucking the water from the ocean. So they can actually take off the salt from the water. That's an interesting question. Yeah, that's weird, right? That's really weird. Let me take off the connections to the highway over here. Because then they can actually use this freely. They can actually use any path they want. This one, two, wait a sec, like that. All right, let's keep going. Deleting all these roads over here. Yeah, the building we actually need to empty. How can you actually do it? You're actually going to need to connect this back to the highway because we need to empty this building like that. All right. Delete this one here, 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 this one. Yeah, we actually don't need this anymore. Downtown, it's dead. There's nobody living in downtown anymore, as you can see. area over here, but there is nobody living around here. Yeah, we can actually delete all these buildings over here. We actually don't need them anymore. This is still really weird for me, guys, to actually do this, you know? Yeah, this, we actually don't need this anymore. We can actually delete all of these buildings over here. They're not needed. Because there is actually nobody living on this area. So I think this is actually all the buildings that we actually needed to delete. Oh, we actually have some on this side. Let's also delete them. Like that. Over here. Okay, the traffic should also be a lot better. Let's see how this intersection is doing. It's doing just fine, as you can see. Wait a second. What were you saying? This side is doing just fine. Power up there too. I don't know what you want about. What kind of drugs are you using? Where is the fire trucks? Okay, it's right over here. It's actually going to put out the fire. Or that's what I think that is actually going to do. They're at least trying right now. They're using actually not to even try anymore. Let's put another one right over here. It should also help the firefighters around this area over here. Let's also put another hospital. Where could we potentially put this? Yeah, let's put this right over here. So this can actually help us to protect this whole area over here. Because as you can see, there's already some sick people living over here. The firefighter is actually coming to save that house over there, which is catching on fire really, really badly. There's two trucks trying to put out the fire. As you can see, are they going to be able to do it? Yes, they did. They did that, put out the fire. Okay. Is this going to be the end of the burn down buildings problem? Because if you actually follow this series, you probably already know that we actually have a lot of problem with that, with burn down buildings. It happens everywhere. Probably in the old city, yeah. As you can see, look, just look at this. There is fire stations everywhere, and they still have burn down buildings, which I don't understand at all. It doesn't make sense at all for me, seriously. Look, there is a fire station right over here, and there was a burn down building up here. And as you can see, there's no like a traffic issue on this side, so I don't understand what is going on. Let's see how is this traffic doing. It's doing just fine, as you can see. Probably because we don't actually have as much. Okay, let's just check how much people is actually coming on this boat. 9 passengers. Okay. 80%. Not much. We actually have demand for office, which is pretty damn cool. We could potentially upgrade this area over here. We could potentially do it. Let me just check how it's actually doing. Yeah, it actually should be covered up. Yeah, let's increase this office zone, because as you can see, we actually have some demand for that. Wait, it's right over here. Let me put this straight. Let's come maybe over here. No, we actually need to go, yeah, right over here. We could potentially go a little bit more straight. I think it's actually, oh, okay. Then we go all the way to this part over here. And we can actually do another one on this side, which is pretty damn cool. Now we can actually connect this to the highway. And this one we could potentially connect this right over there, just like that. Now let's give them some water, because as you can see, we actually doesn't have this whole place covered up. Now we do have. Let's put down the office zones. Now I'm actually getting proud of our city, because as you can see, this area, it's this whole thing is actually getting a lot better than it was before. It used to be really bad. Seriously, it used to be really bad. And now it's actually not as bad as before. So now we actually have covered for any sort of crime, because we have put down some police stations, which should cover this whole area. I don't see like a major problem. Oh, we actually have demand for people to start moving, which is pretty damn cool. Okay, we actually need to expand. This is the first time that we actually need to expand our city, which makes me really like happy to actually have this kind of stuff. So we could potentially start expand on this side over here. I think we should be fine by doing this right over here. So let's do it. Let's go all the way to over here, I guess. And then we can go all the way to this intersection over here. Just like that. And I'm on to the latest path, I think. Because it's going to make it a little bit harder to actually to do this neighborhood. Let me connect this to the main road. Let's put this to curved. Just like now we can actually connect this right over there. And let's try to go and connect from here as well, which is going to delete the power line. So I'm actually going to pause the game so we don't have like a major problem because of this. Yeah, we could potentially take the power from up here instead of there, because then we wouldn't have that kind of problem anymore. Just like that. So this we can actually delete and not having any more problems, which we actually have like a lot. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually fixed the problem. This is actually putting up a little bit the traffic around here, which it shouldn't. Yeah, not really, because it has 6 lanes and they come from only 2 lanes. And there's 2 piled up, which doesn't make sense at all for me. Yeah, not really. Doesn't make sense. Okay, let's start building on this side then, because as you can see, we actually have a lot of demand for that. Let me first put a fire station over here. and the police department right over here, just like that. And then from that we can actually start building our neighborhood right over here. Nope, we actually went too too far. I think it's actually over here. Yes, it is. So let's go all the way to the middle over here, and we can actually connect this right over there. Okay, perfect. Now let's do the smaller roads, which is going to be a little bit tricky. Just like that. Let's go all the way to this side. Okay, that other road is actually not straight. I don't get it. Why is actually like that? Alright, let's connect this right over there, just like this. Nope. I always actually get this wrong. Look at this. Seems like it's the first time that I actually playing this game. Doesn't seem like I actually played 70 episodes already of this game. I spent more like than 24 hours playing this game. More than that, way more than that actually. I've always played. I also played this game without you guys. I mean, not on the series, but with my own town, which I actually don't have that anymore. I think I actually deleted. I don't know why I've done it, but I think that I actually deleted. So let's put down the houses on this side, just like that. Let's put it down all the way to the end over there, just like this. And then we also can actually put commercial zones on this side, so we can actually gather some power more easily. Let's put some office on, because we actually have demand for that. So let's put a few of these down right over there, so we can actually gather some power. Yeah, it's actually, they're already moved, and we still have like a lot of demand for office zones. And the great thing about the office, that we actually don't have like a major traffic. Look at this. All of these office zones, there's like no traffic. No traffic at all. Which is crazy. Seriously. This is really, really weird. At least for me. Let me put some parks down, because we need it. Mainly. But also because we need some power. What else could we potentially put this? Yeah, we could potentially put this now. What else can we actually put over here? Large playground. I think we should be fine putting this over here. Yeah, now we actually have power in this whole area here. Let's connect the power grids, check. Divided into multiple separated power grids and connected them with power lines, or build new power plants if necessary. We probably don't need new powers right now. Before they actually start moving all over the place, let's already put some metro stations down on this side. One right over there. Let's put another one over here. Down here. Another one. Another one. Another one. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Oh, I forgot actually to connect this back, so they can actually move, get out. Okay. There's actually a lot of traffic problems occurring right over here. what is going on? And this is all the way to this side. I think it's actually finally time to kill that neighborhood over there. I think it's actually time to do that. I didn't want actually to do it, but it's necessary. Let's connect this right over there. We can actually delete this one. We are not going to use it. And from here, we can actually go and try to connect this back right over there, just like that. And now we actually need to think through to fix this problem. Okay, it goes all the way to this side. Let's unattach this part, because then it's actually going to take off the traffic lights where you used to have over here, which we don't need this anymore. So this should be a lot better already. But we still have some traffic issues, which is not good. Not good at all, actually. They could position parade this to 3-lane road, but I don't really think it's actually going to fix. Because as you can see, they're all going. Yeah, let's kill this neighborhood. It's probably going to make another big issue. Like our income's probably going to go mad. But we need it. We need to do it, because this is a problem right now in our city. So let's delete all these connections to the main highway. Just like that. Alright, almost in the end. Okay. Just like that. On that side, we actually don't need power anymore. What you are complaining over here? Yeah, we don't need this anymore. Also on this side we actually have power, over there we actually have power. And this is also connected down all the end. Let's see if it actually gets a little bit better, the traffic. This whole area over here. It should get better with time. Yeah, really. Let's keep putting down some metro stations. All the way over here. Okay, we actually finished putting down on this side. So now we can actually start connecting this back to each other. And from here we can actually go straight. Okay, or we cannot. And connect this right over there. Now let's connect this one over here. This one over there. This one all the way to this side. Let's delete this guy. Wait. Can we do it? I mean, we should. Let me choose a road then. Okay, it worked. It's actually really down right now. That's why it makes it a lot harder to actually bulldoze this. Okay, now we can actually keep going, connecting this metro station. Let's go all the way to this side. Then from here we can connect this right over there. Let's put now the line, which we can start from here, go over there, here, 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 there, and then from here we can actually align just like that. It worked perfectly. And from here we could potentially connect this back or not. Or we could potentially not connect this back over there. Yeah, because I actually wanted to have like a connection from this part. Yeah, I think this should work. Maybe not perfectly, but yeah, should help us with the problems. I mean, not a problem, but you know what I mean, right? Or maybe not. All the way to the end over there. Then we can actually put over here. Let's put another one over there. Here, here, and for last but not least, up here. Okay, now let's connect all of this to each other. So from here we actually need to connect this. Let's do a curve from here, so we can actually connect this right over there. I think it's actually better than putting buses down, because if we actually put buses, we're actually going to have more traffic, which is not good. Yeah, I can tell you that the buses are actually not good, because you can still have some traffic by having them, and this is not what you want. Not really. So now let's put down the line for these metro stations. Add the stop here, here, then there, here, here, and then we can actually, we could potentially go and then add a stop over there, another one. Wait, actually didn't want to put this right over here. I wanted to for it to come on this side. And then from here we can actually complete the line just like that. Perfect. You should also increase the land value around this area. What about parks? We do need to put some more parks. So let's do it. Let's put a park down, a tennis park down here. Maybe a China. What is this? A China, Japanese, China. A Japanese garden. Probably the Chinese guys that are actually watching this video are like, oh, this is not Chinese. They're probably all mad with me, like, hey, you know nothing about Chinese culture and stuff. Anyway, yeah, this whole area over here is actually really how it is actually expanding. Let's expand the office zone, because as you can see, we actually have a lot of demand for that. So we need to expand this to actually also win a lot of money. Right now I think it should actually go massive, like go all the way to this side over here, just like that. Then we can go all the way over here, and like that. So I'm going to connect this to with each other and do only one exit instead of doing like 100 exits. I think by the end of this episode we are actually going to be able to be just fine, because as you can see we actually have a lot of demand for industrial, which could possibly give us enough um, income, which is pretty damn good, I might say. Let's connect this right over there, and from here we can actually do a way out. Let me put this one down. So from here we can actually connect this. Let's see where we connect. Can we connect this? Yeah, maybe right over here. Like that. Alright. Now we can actually put down the industrial. Let's fill this whole area over here with commercial. What? Firstly, I said industrial. Now I said commercial. What? I did not smoke anything, guys. I can tell you that I don't know what happened. It's actually not early, so I don't really know what's going on. I'm really awake, so that's weird. That's really weird. Yeah, I wanted to put a fire station right over here because I don't want to have any sort of problems with fire on this side as well. Just like this. This whole area over here is really, really good color, which makes me really happy. Where is the fire trucks to help this little guy over there, which is burning down? Nobody's going. Alright, alright. This is great. Okay, our demand for office is actually already done. Okay, I wasn't actually expecting that to happen so quickly. But at least we actually have um, the space already for this whole area. So if any demand for not commercial, what is going on? What is going on with my head right now? If any demand for office shows up, we don't need to worry because we are going to have the space for them to start moving. Just like that, as you were speaking, they are starting to move in. Okay, let's head back to over here. Let's see how the traffic is doing. It's still pointing up a little bit. Not as much as it was before, but it's still doing, which is not great. Seriously, it's not great at all. This can be like a big problem for not having goods and this kind of stuff. And this is actually an interesting thing because we don't have any connection to the outside world, and we don't have anybody complaining for having not enough goods, which I think is pretty damn awesome. Really, this is really cool. Why does this still don't have power? Let me put another park down right over here. This should give these things power. Yep, it did. It did give power to them. Okay, we actually still have 7 minutes. I think we need to focus on the traffic problem which is occurring right over here. Okay, look at this. We actually have a lot of cars going out of this place. So it's been a problem right over here. So I'm actually going to upgrade this road to a 3 lane. Let's see if it actually works. Okay. I think we can't upgrade this. So let's delete this real quick. I will be doing this like that. Oh, we can actually do it. And let's connect this. Wait a second. Let me just check. Yeah, the traffic is doing just fine on this side. So we can actually do it. Or maybe we can try it to do it. Okay, it worked. So let's see if it's actually help us with the traffic problem that we were having yeah, it's a lot better, like way better than it was before. We could also try to upgrade this site as well to see if it's actually help us. And to do it, we are actually going to need to delete this path as well, because as you can see, it's telling us that we can actually connect this. So let's see if we can actually do it. Yeah, just like that. It worked perfectly. So this should prevent us from having traffic problems on this side. What I'm actually thinking is to upgrade this little road over here. Is this going to help? Maybe. This may help us. Because then when they arrive over here, they can actually switch to 3 lanes and use more lanes actually over here since the beginning. So this may help us. And we still have some traffic problems around here, as you can see, which is not great, not at all. And that I don't know why this is actually happening, because we have done this really well. What we could potentially do over here is make them to come. I don't really think that's actually the main issue. I don't really think that if we connect this over here instead of over here, it's actually going to help at all. Because the problem is not over there, it's over here, as you can see. Yeah, problem. Over here it's also flowing really well. So I don't really know what to do to fix this traffic problem on this side. I think this is actually the main problem. It's this road coming towards this area. What we could potentially do over here, let's see if it actually works, and try to go underneath. Wait a second, like that. And connect this right over there. Let's see if it's actually help us with the traffic problems that we were having. This may help us, seriously. This may help us. This may be the solution for our problem. Yeah, they're going. They're going a little bit faster. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I think for today is going to be it. In the next episode, we can actually try to fix this traffic problem, which is being like a huge problem right now. Look at this. Huge line around this area, which is not good at all. Seriously. This is really bad. I don't really understand why this is actually happening. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have any suggestions, put down in the comments so we can actually do this in the next episode. And also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click on that bell so you can receive a notification when I post a new video. And if you made all the way to the end over here, put down in the comments something just to make me recognize you, that you actually are the team that actually goes on video. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.